Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'll try that again. Hello and welcome to Middle Collegiate Church. My name is Amanda. My pronouns are she, her, and hers, and I'm an executive minister here at Middle. And on behalf of our senior pastor, Jackie Lewis, and the entire consistory and staff, welcome to Middle Church. Yeah, give it up for yourself. It's a beautiful afternoon in New York City. You all could be out having brunch, you could be shopping, you could be sleeping, but you have chosen to be here because you think that something special is going to happen today, and I can tell you, you are right. Music icon Harry Belafonte says, when the music is strong, the movement is strong. Say that with me. When the music is strong, the movement is strong. The music is definitely going to be strong in this place this afternoon, and this movement of love and justice that happens every day in this place is also very strong. So by coming through the doors today, you are part of that, and we are so glad that you're here. A couple of housekeeping things. If you are able to use steps and need to use the restroom during the concert, please use the restrooms that are out this door and down those steps. That way we're not distracting the band and the musicians who are up here. If you are not able to use the steps, please do go out this way, and an usher will help you find a bathroom that's on the same level. Just a little bit of history here. Our former pastor emeritus Gordon is here. Gordon, say hello. We're going to hear from Gordon a little bit later, but Gordon tells me a story. I'm new-ish here, and so Gordon tells me that when he came here, the church was fledgling a little bit. Maybe there weren't a lot of people here, and it was dying. And Gordon looked around and realized, I'm in the East Village, I'm in New York City, and I can't do a church without doing Pride, and doing Pride well. And so this gospel concert is also a kickoff of the month of Pride, which we celebrate at Middle Church all year long. And we would love for you to be a part of all that Pride is here at Middle Church. You can go to middlechurch.org/pride for a list of all of those things there. Gordon also tells me that there might not be a Middle Collegiate Church if it weren't for a certain person named Jerice Daniel Johnson. When Gordon was getting this church going, he asked Jerice to start a little choir. And 33 years later, we have the Jerice Johnson Gospel Choir, and you all have come to hear them today. A member of the current gospel choir, Bianca, has put together a little tribute for Jerice, and we will watch that about halfway through the program. I know you're looking forward to that as well. Will you pray with me as we begin this concert? God of music, God of song and dancing, God who loves each one of us completely, we meet you here today. God, for the ways music has always been a force for liberation and justice in the world, we are grateful. For the legacy of Jerice Daniel Johnson, for Gordon, for every person who has ever sung with this amazing choir that we call now the Jerice Johnson Gospel Choir, we give you thanks. For the selfless sharing of time and talent in a city that nonetheless has a lot of talent and a lot of things to take our time. We give you thanks for these, your singers. God, for the ways your Spirit will move among every person here today, we are expectant. We need a bold new thing in this world, and we know music has the power to get us there. Wrap us in your love, in your song, in your dance. Amen. So without further ado, I introduce the Jerice Johnson Gospel Choir, the band, musicians, and director John Del Cueto.
because the road is bumpy. And the interesting thing is traveling as a choir, when you have like 40 or 50 individuals and something happens, to be able to go back and to catch it and to work it, you're dealing with 50 different minds. So it says something about the power of intention and what this group does together, because that was like an outward bound moment. But it's what makes a group so spectacular, is their ability to be there for each other. And I think you'll kind of see that as we go through the concert. Amen.
Eyes finally open, the rain and wind stop blowing, but you're stuck out in the same old storm again. Hold tight to your umbrella, darling, just trying to tell ya that there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. Take off your coat, take a look around. Everything's all right now. 'Cause the sky is finally open, the rain and wind stop blowing, but you're stuck out in the same old storm again. Let go of your umbrella, darling, I'm just trying to tell ya that there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. Yeah, there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. It'll all be all right.
The Collegiate Church was thinking about closing the church, and then this young, gay, black man comes to this church, teams up with Gordon Drott, who's been sent in to try to save it.
Jerice came to me and said, you know, Gordon, I've tried to start a gospel choir now in 3 churches. I'm just going to ask for enough for maybe some tea and coffee and some donuts at the rehearsals. It's all I want. By God, yes, Therese, go to it. Let's do it.
Fast forward to 86, and he's like, hey, I'm going to start a choir. Do you want to come sing? What kind of choir? He's like, a gospel choir. I'm like, oh, cool. I love gospel. Does that mean it's like a church thing? And he's like, oh, yeah, but don't worry about that, child. Does that mean I have to believe in God? He's like, please, child, just come sing. The first concert was in the Social Hall in 1988. We wore white. Remember JJ saying at the end, well, this is our first concert, and we're just going to keep getting better and better and better, and we're going to be around for a long, long time. You'll see. Lo and behold.
June 2nd, 1994. Dear choir members, I would like to congratulate you on your wonderful performance you gave at the concert. I have never been so proud of you. I don't know how to explain it. The sound we have now is our own. We're starting to sound like a professional choir. We don't sound like any other, and that is a great accomplishment. December 30th, 1994. I feel that the Lord is really blessing our choir and that He's prepared a special place for us. We really move people when we perform, and that is not something to take lightly. We've been chosen to spread the good news. I love you all so much. Always. Therese.
Carried us just on his spirit, charisma, and love. You could really be accepted just for who you were. Do what you wanted to do. Be in community. Found out JJ was sick. At that time, a lot of gay men were dying all over the country and all over the world, and especially in places like the East Village, places like Mill Church. And we lost a lot. Really beautiful people. We sang Amazing Grace together. It was our very last song. Got a call from Gordon about 3 a.m. and said we lost JJ. But Gordon said JJ wanted the choir to keep going, and that's what's going to happen.
Love, brother, sisterhood, and peace. Always. Therese.
Bianca, would you stand up? Bianca had what we call in the church is when God puts something on your heart. And you can't escape it. You can't escape it until you do it. And so God put this on Bianca's heart for Jerice, to make this and to put it out there, to really know the spirit of the person. Because in other concerts we've read like the list of directors and the history, right? But this is the essence of this choir. This is where this choir came from, was forged in Jerice and Gordon. And that's the only reason that we're here today. And you have to not only recognize but honor the folks that cleared the path. And you know what? There was a path cleared for Jerice. I just know about Jerice. But you're always clearing a path for another person.
I grew up in the church, not a church, the church. The church that believed that God is a specific God for a specific people who say and do specific things to demonstrate their unwavering devotion to this specific God. This narrow faith worked for a time, but as I kept living and began to come to terms with my identity as a black, gay man, I began to wonder about this specificity and whether or not there was room for me in this idea of God. After many years of deep reflection and spiritual exploration, I came to realize that the God I worshiped was too specific, too narrow, too small. Not because that's who God is, but because that's who we want God to be, to protect our fragile egos and promote our ideas of religion, order, race, gender, sexual orientation, and power. My prayer today is not that I know God specifically, but that I know God authentically, just as God is, in all the ways that God is. Because who God is big enough to encompass all of who I am, all of who you are, all of who we are, authentically. We are ready, Lord, for you to come out of the closet that we put you in. For your awesomeness is simply too awesome to be bounded by Old and New Testament. We are ready, Lord, for you to come out of the closet that we put you in. For your awesomeness is simply too awesome to be bounded by Old and New Testament. Not with misconception, pretense, nor doubt.
a believer, like the river wild. Ego's a killer, greed is a monster, but love is stronger, stronger than them all. Life's like in hand, I don't wanna fight. No lines in the sand, I'm on your side. Invisible, no color lines. You gotta put on differences aside. Time tells no lies. It keeps changing and ticking and moving and passes by. But if you're lucky, it will be kind, like a river flowing through time. Let it wash you clean, going upstream, cutting through a rhyme, 'cause you never give up. Oh, full of life, liquid like time. Let
Look at all God made for us, huh? Laughing and singing, shouting, and sex. Sky above our heads, birds singing to us. I think it pissed God off if anybody even walked past the color purple in the field and not notice it. He say, look what I made for you. God, not some gloomy old man like in the pictures you've seen of him. God, not a man at all. Dear God, dear stars, dear trees, dear